I wonder if that's what it is that godly, saintly old man of F.F. Bosworth, who stood in this pulpit, who's preached with me around different parts of the world. Old F.F. Bosworth, all of you nearly knew him.
Yeah.
Godly, saintly old man. 2 hours before, well, about a week or two before he left, I went to him, and there he laid back there, weighed nearly 90 years old. His little old arms reached out. His little bald head and that white whiskers on his face. I grabbed that old man in my arms and I screamed, my Father, the chariots of Israel and the horsemen thereof. For if there ever was a man that ever represented Pentecost and was a true apostle, it was F.F. Bosworth. Clean, straight, real gospel. See, it was Bosworth. And when I held him in my arms, and I screamed, my Father, the chariots of Israel and the horsemen thereof, he said, son, stay on the field. Said, beat some of these young fellows to the foreign fields if you can before they get a lot of fanaticism over there. Take them that real gospel that you've got, man. He said, your ministry hasn't begun yet to what it will. Said, you're a brand new Branham. He said, you're young, son. I said, Brother Bosworth, I'm 48 years old. He said, you haven't started yet. He said, don't let these young Pentecostal preachers get over there. That's a lot of nonsense and poison the thing up and get all the diplomats and all the country against it before you get there. Said, move on, Brother Branham. Go on with the gospel that you got. He said, I believe that you are an apostle or a prophet of the Lord our God. I looked at him. I hugged him in my arms. I said, Brother Bosworth, I want to ask you a question. What was the happiest time of your moment of all your years that you preached? He said, right now, Brother Branham. I said, do you know you're dying? He said, I cannot die.
Amen.
I said, why would you say this is your happiest time? There's a little door. He said, I'm laying here with my face turned towards that door. Most any minute, the one that I've loved, the one that I've preached for and stood for all these my life, he'll come to that door for me, and I'll go with him. I looked at him, I thought I looked at him the same as I would be at Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob. Took his hand, I said, Brother Bosworth, we both believe the same God, we believe the same thing. By the grace of God, I'll preach until the last breath leaves my body. I'll stay true to God as I know how to stay. I'll not compromise with the gospel on any side or any place. I'll stay as true as I know to stay. Brother Bosworth, I'll meet you in a better land where you'll not be young, or not be old anymore, but young. He said, you'll be there, Brother. Don't you worry. 2 hours before he died, about 2 months later, I thought he was dying then. A wife come in, seen him. He always thought so much of her. And then Mrs. Bosworth, about 2 hours he'd been laying sleeping. He raised up. He looked and he jumped up from his bed. He said, Mother, well, I haven't seen you for years. Dad, Brother Jim. Why, I said, let's see, you was one of my converts to the Lord at Joliet, Illinois. You'd been dead for 50 years. Yes. He said, your sister so-and-so? Yes. I led you to the Lord at the Winnipeg meeting. Yeah. Why, your sister so-and-so. I haven't seen you yet. See, you come to the Lord at so-and-so. And for 2 straight hours he shook hands with ones that he had led to the Lord.
Amen.
Walked right back to his place, laid down, crossed his hands, and that was it.
Amen.
Did Brother F.F. BOSWORTH enter that land
Amen.
that Jesus let me view the other night? If it is, he's there, a young man tonight. God rest his soul. And may I ever live so faithful that I'll enter that land. And may I be so true a servant to Christ. I'm ashamed of my life. I'm ashamed if I've sinned before you people. You owe it to me to come tell me. See, I try to live upright in everything that God lets me do by His grace. See. But look, friends, you owe it to me. If you know anything that's wrong with my life, come tell me so. And look, I owe it to you to stand here and preach you the true gospel.
Yes.
I owe it to you. Because I'm expecting to see each one of your faces. Young men and women just across that border yonder. That's just one breath between where you are now and there. Now that's right. It's there. And may the God of all grace, the God of heaven, not sacrilegious but in reverent Papa, on that great day when we be presented back here and have our earthly bodies again, so we can drink and eat the grapes and the fruit of the land. They will build houses and another won't inhabit. They'll plant vineyards and another won't eat thereof. See, one man plants a vineyard, his son takes it, and then his son takes it, but not in this case.
Amen.
He'll plant it and stay there.
Right. Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
We'll be there forever. And may in that land, may I see every one of you.